Hey there, Jen here, and this is a Happy Bit. Today's episode of Vibrant Happy Women is sponsored by Health IQ, an insurance company that helps health-conscious people like runners, cyclists, yogis, and vegetarians to get lower rates on their life insurance. Go to healthiq.com/happy women to support the show and see if you or your spouse qualify. I want to talk today about downtime, relaxation, fun, adventure, all of those things we as busy women crave most. I grew up on a farm, which meant that work was the number one value. My parents even verbalized it. They kind of said, if a person is lazy, then they're not going to succeed in life. Then they really don't have much value. That's as clearly as they said it. Well, going forward, I took that to heart and I worked hard. I worked hard in band and basketball and with my grades. I made it into grad school and I worked hard and got a PhD, even with 2 kids. And then I had 4 more kids with 6 kids total. And I baked bread and tried to have a beautiful house and started a business and then started another business. And I've been pushing pretty hard. As much as I talk about balance, I still think this is a struggle for me because I was taught to put so much emphasis and value on hard work. Well, a friend of mine, her name is Joy, she said, Jen, you've spent a lot of time listening to your inner warrior, that person who wants to be strong and tough and show up and succeed and push through when it's hard. And I thought, gosh, that's true. And then she said, Jen, what about your inner child? What does she need? And this may sound a little woo-woo or crazy, but I want to ask you the same question. What about your inner child? What does she want? You can even close your eyes and ask her, little Jen, what do you need? Mine will just say, I want to have fun. I just want to have fun. I am tired of the laundry and dishes and everything else I have to do. I'm really tired of homework and signing those school papers. Bedtime kind of gets annoying because, it's the same old, same old. I want to have fun and go on vacations and hike up a mountain and go do roller derby and just all these new things that would be fun. Well, research actually supports this idea. It's not crazy. It's not lazy either. Studies show that people who take naps or meditate or spend time in nature tend to be way more creative, more productive, have better memories, and better focus. It's interesting that some of the most exceptional artists and athletes among us don't do more than 4 hours of work or creating or intensive practicing a day. They do their 4 hours, they are very focused and intense during that time, and then they relax. This prevents burnout and it really boosts their creativity. How would this look for you to only spend 4 hours a day working? If you're a stay-at-home mom, to get your laundry and cooking and cleaning all done and then to play. Ooh, amazing, right? Sometimes when we think it has to take all day, we drag it out, we dread it, we get lost on our phones, and we just never really get it done. But it feels like we spend a solid 8 to 12 to 16 hours trying to do it. What would it look like to spend an intensive amount of time focused and then playing for the rest of the day? In France, they've been cutting down their work week to about 30 hours a week. And the interesting thing that they found, productivity hasn't decreased. It's the same if people work 30 or 40 hours. So when is this research and this knowledge going to come to the U.S.? In the U.S., we seem to work 40, 50, 60, 70-hour weeks, pushing, hustling, grinding, going, achieving, doing. And then in the few minutes we have left at the end of the day, we're on our phones or having a Netflix binge. Where's the fun? Where's the adventure? Where's the creativity? Where's the time in nature? We've got to build this back into our lives, not only to improve our creativity and focus, but to increase our joy, our serotonin brain, as we learned back in episode 95 with Ellen Petrie Leantz. She talked about time in nature, time connecting, time relaxing. Those boost the serotonin in our brain, the oxytocin, the feel-good, long-lasting feelings of bliss. In contrast, those quick fixes with the social media, with our phones, with this or that, maybe a bit of chocolate, dopamine brain, it doesn't last very long and it doesn't feel nearly as good. So I'm going to come back in a moment after a word from our sponsor, and we're going to talk about 3 things we can do to spend more time having fun, adventure, and creativity in our lives. Health IQ is an insurance company that helps health-conscious people get lower rates on life insurance. Now, why are we talking about life insurance? I taught a finance class in grad school, and I learned quickly that life insurance and other types of insurance prevent disasters that can ruin you financially. I have a life insurance policy on myself so that if something happens to me, my husband can hire a nanny because I don't think he could hack it with 6 kids on his own without me. Same thing. My husband has a giant life insurance policy because I want to be covered if something happened to him and I need to care for our 6 kids alone. So if you're health conscious, this is really great because you can get a discount on the life insurance you should have anyway. If you like saving money on your car insurance for being a good driver, Health IQ saves you money on your life insurance for living a health-conscious lifestyle. You can learn more and get a free quote at healthiq.com/happywomen, or mention the promo code HAPPYWOMEN when you talk to a Health IQ agent. Again, that's healthiq.com/happywomen. So the three things you can do to add more fun, adventure, and calm and relaxation to your life. First, set a goal to have a focused work time, a focused chunk of work time between 4 and 6 hours a day and no more. Studies show that once you hit that 6-hour mark, productivity doesn't increase at all. In fact, 6 hours seems to be the peak, the max of productivity. So why not limit yourself? That frees up tons more hours in your day for fun. So number 1, set a focused work time to be between 4 and 6 hours a day. Now, if you're at a job that won't allow that, do your best. But definitely think that between 4 to 6 hours of the day, you're going to be really, really focused. And you realize by the time 1 or 2 o'clock hits, your productivity is pretty much gone. Number 2, set a goal to play, to do something creative or new or in nature every single day. Studies found that backpackers who spent time in nature tested as being 50% more creative just by being in nature. What would that look like in your life? As you schedule and focus on and prioritize time for play and adventure and creating and doing the things that just feel really, really good to you, you're going to be more focused. You're going to have better attention, better creativity, better memory, and better productivity when you go back the next day to that focused block of work time. This works for kids as well. Studies show that the more kids play, the smarter they are. That's why kids in Scandinavia who have shorter school days, longer recesses, outperform American students on tests of basic skills. Even in rats, they found that when rats are given a 30-minute block of rough and tumble play, I don't even know how they measure this, but they do. They found that 1/3 of the genes the scientists were measuring had changed just by having that 30 minutes of play. Now, what does that mean? Our behavior, how we eat, how we spend our time, how we feel, how we manage stress, the time we spend outdoors, all of that, it turns our genes on or off. It upregulates or downregulates our genes. So if we take time to relax, if we take time to have fun and adventure, it's likely affecting our genes, our ability to focus and remember and achieve and excel. So why not give ourselves a genetic advantage simply by being smart and not burning ourselves out? So our steps again, number 1, limit your time for intense work to 4 to 6 hours a day. Number 2, schedule creativity, fun, and time in nature. And number 3, I want you to celebrate all of that fun and adventure that you have every day. Start to make it a priority. When you celebrate it and write it in a celebration journal perhaps, or feel gratitude for it, you're kind of reinforcing to yourself that that is a good thing to do, and it will make it easier for you to do it without guilt. You'll start to shift your belief around this. If you, like me, grew up thinking that work is everything and play is lazy, then it's hard to make that shift. But if you start to celebrate it and you recognize, wow, today I took time to create, to have fun. I was hiking for 3 hours. And then when I worked the next day, I got so much more done. You start to notice this relationship. It will be amazing. Those are the 3 steps. Limit your intensive work time to 4 to 6 hours a day, schedule time to play, and then write it down and celebrate it. Start to notice the connection between relaxation, play, and adventure, and your attention span, your creativity, your memory, and your productivity. You're going to be amazed. And you'll be less burned out because you'll have time for your warrior brain to work and be intensive, but your inner child is going to have her place to shine as well. And it feels so good. And finally, you're teaching your kids way healthier habits that will help them be smarter and happier themselves. That is my happy bit for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Vibrant Happy Women podcast at www.jenriday.com.